What is up, you guys? It's Sierra, and I'm back with another video, and I have a special guest.
What up?
DeAndre. I don't ever call you that. I don't like calling you that unless I'm angry at you. But today we're going to be talking about our relationship a little bit and transitioning from being in a long-distance relationship to being near each other, some obstacles, some things to keep in mind in dating and relationships and all that jazz. So if you guys are interested, stay tuned for the video. So I guess we can talk a little bit about first, like, what our relationship was like
Before.
You can take it away.
Before it was a lot of waiting. Trying to figure out when's the best days or best set of days to make the commute to either fly out there or her fly out here. A lot of planning as well.
Yeah.
You have to kind of know what you want to do each day.
Yeah.
Or some type of idea. Make sure you have enough money for that.
It was like we were speed dating. Like, that's the best way I can put it. When I explain it to people, it was like we would like plan out, like, okay, these are the 6 or 7 days or whatever, 5 days you're gonna be here, and within these days we have to go on like so many dates. So it was like, whereas normal couples, it's like you just cook dinner together and like go to the supermarket and go to the movies and watch Netflix. We were like, we need to do this, and it was like a lot in like 5 days.
Yeah.
Like, to get to know each other more in those days, I guess you could say.
And then it's always the separation. I felt like a child. Like,
Yeah.
separation anxiety. I don't know. But it was always like this moment for like probably like a whole day. It just felt kind of like bland.
Yeah, your mom yesterday was like, Dre just mopes around all the time. He misses Sierra. But I think, like, especially for me, I had been in long distance relationships before, so I didn't know what it would be like to be across the country from somebody, and I think that's a hurdle in and of itself because we were in different time zones. So our day, technically, I could like break down our day. It would start with like, I'd be up at 4 a.m. I lived in Pennsylvania, I worked in New York. So I'd be up at 4 a.m. I'm out the door at like 5:40ish. I'm in New York all day, and then I'm not back home till 9 o'clock, which is like, what time? Your time? 6 his time. So he's a trainer. So his schedule is like, it's like based on whatever time his clients need him. So he can be like working, he might not be working. It was kind of like around that time, kind of regular, because you had regular clients, but like some days we would talk for like 10 minutes a day, like, hey babe, how's your day? Okay, love you.
Just like a little check-in.
Like a little check, a teeny tiny little check-in. And then like other days we would have more time. And I can remember being frustrated when I'd be like, we're just quiet on the phone, we don't have anything to say, just because it's like, wow, we haven't spoken so many days, and I'm expecting to have this like huge plethora of things to say, but it's like we were continually readjusting. Continually readjusting.
Like, after having a 2 or 3 day period of not talking, it's kind of like, I want to say awkward, but it was just like,
so what's up?
You got so much on your mind, you don't know how to attack the conversation if we're attacking the conversation.
And I'm a talker.
I'm not.
He's not. So for me, I'm just like, so what were you doing? Da-da-da-da, this and the third, yada yada yada. And I'm expecting him to come with like a laundry list of things to say, because that's just like how I operate.
Well, another thing is, my days are like pretty boring.
They're not boring.
She always has something going on. So when she tells me her stories, it's like, oh, this is interesting. Like, why would this happen? Why would that? For me, it's just like, I went to work.
No, my clients.
Came home. Oh yeah, and my car caught a flat.
It would just be something boring. But yeah, I think like it was hard. I guess it was hard, but it was also like, it taught us a lot about patience and like endurance and like focus, and it really showed me like I see love in a new way, I guess, because of our relationship, and I've seen like what true commitment looks like. I think I always say, I'm like, Dre is like my first adult relationship, like my real adult relationship, and I really see the importance of like what love looks like and being committed, and it's not always going to be easy days, and it's not always just going to be like, it's not always going to be all that cutesy stuff. But now I live here, and I've moved to LA permanently now. I live like an hour away from you, 45 minutes away from you. So I mean, now we have like only an hour's distance between us. But I guess some of our main adjusting points would be timing.
Timing, for sure. If you're trying to hit this 4 or 5, you better leave at 5 in the morning or after like 7 p.m.
And you have to like plan your day out here. It's not that I didn't when I lived in New York, but it was just kind of like, if my homie was like, yo, you trying to go out somewhere tonight? I'd be like, true that, I'm gonna get on the 1 train or like whatever. Like it would just be easy to commute, an easier commute. Whereas here it's like, look, this traffic, fix my shirt, this traffic ain't no joke, okay? I don't like it, and I don't like driving. But it's like,
I know this.
I don't like driving.
I used to do the driving.
He does, whenever I would visit, I'd drive where? He'd be driving for 2 hours, I'd be like this, knocked out in the front seat. It's not my thing, but I guess timing isn't a big thing for us because it's like, you have to plan out your schedule to see each other, which is like very different, and like we work different hours.
Yeah, she's a regular 9 to 5 or 9 to 5 or 10 to 6.
10 to 6.
Whichever one.
Flex hours.
And I'm like 6 a.m. to almost 9 o'clock, but it's not like I'm working straight through.
Yeah.
It's like I got clients, I got a break, go get some lunch, come back. Like
our schedules are like all around. They're different, and I think also one thing when we were in a long distance period, my expectation. It's important to set expectation in your relationships, and that's just like a life lesson for all of y'all. And say, is desiring a word?
Yeah, what you desire. I don't think the ing.
But you know what I'm saying. But like what it is you desire, because I think for me, I was under the expectation that like proximity meant like exclusivity and accessibility. So I thought like, okay, so we're gonna be close together, so I'm gonna have like him all the time. I'm gonna be like instantly accessible to him all the time, and I'm adjusting to the realization that like that's not gonna be the case. It's like my schedule is just as busy, and there are more things that I want to do now that I have more freedom, that I don't commute like 6 hours a day. So that's also like a big thing I would say is like make sure you set expectation in your relationship, so you don't like have an expectation for a person that they cannot provide or fulfill. And we had this conversation right before I moved here.
Yeah, I had to like get it out there. Like, look, now that we in the same space, it's not going to be how it was when we were long distance and having a week's worth of time just to kick it. Like we only have 2, maybe 3 days every week, which is great. I love it. Yeah. But at the same time, is we can't go out every weekend. We can't do, I don't know, like go adventuring and stuff like that.
Yeah. Whereas when I would like be here for vacation or he'd be there for vacation, it'd be like 7 days straight where we were just like kicking it, doing everything, whatever we wanted. Every minute was like together. And so, and I'm not very much so of like an attached type of person. Do you think I am? No. No. Not at all.
She's not clingy, but I am.
He is. I'm not. But I guess I just thought that like there would just be so many more moments together than there are. So I think that's just like another huge like adjustment for us. Yeah, I guess. Also. What else? Oh, missing major events. We wrote little notes.
Yeah, so it's like, I guess we can start with the going away party. Like, even Easter. I was planning on going out there for Easter, and I just couldn't make it. Like, due to schedule, timing, work, funds, I just couldn't make it.
Yeah.
And then turn around, she had to go on the away party. Thought about going to that too, but it just wouldn't work out for the time being. But now that we're in the same space, like anything that we want to do together, we pretty much can.
Yeah, I think that it was like, I didn't realize how important it was for me to have him at major events until they started happening, and he just was not able to be there. And then the same for me, like not being able to be there. Like when you got baptized, I was really sad about that I wasn't able to be there. But I think now it's a blessing that we are like in such a close space that we can do big things together and little small things like go to the grocery store or go to Target. Like I would just see couples in Target and I'd be like, I just want to go to Target with Dre, but I can't. But we did go to Target when I moved here.
She got the whole store.
I literally I love Target. Huge fan of Target. Sponsor me.
Why did it take us an hour to find the freaking Trash
I don't
bags.
know. Okay, wait. This is a whole sidebar. But there's trash bags are not in the right space. They need to like get their schematic together because it was a mess. We were confused.
I went all around that store except for the little far east corridor, whatever you want to
East
call it.
corridor screaming. But no, yeah, it was a mess. That was a mess of a day. But anyway, I guess we could say we're still adjusting to a long distance relationship, or being a close relationship, not in a long distance relationship anymore. It's cool. It's different. We'll see how it goes.
I enjoy it.
Hopefully he doesn't suffocate me. Okay, I love my space. Like, I don't think people understand. I love my space.
Well, good thing we don't live together like everybody assumes.
Yeah, okay, that was another thing. People assume that like, oh, you've been in a long distance relationship, are you gonna move in with your boyfriend? A, we're not living together until we get married. B, even if I was going to, what makes you think I'm just gonna move across the country and we're just gonna work living together? We haven't even lived near each other. Like, let's just get through that right there. Everyone assumed we were gonna live together. It was weird.
I know. Family, friends.
Like people at church, coworkers, like I was like, no, I'm not. Love him very much. I would always say, love him so much. Great guy. I'm not living with him though.
Not yet.
And it's not that you're even messy. He's actually uber clean. It's like OCD. He's like extremely clean. And like, what is it? Tidy. That's a good word for you. Tidy. He's tidy. And like super duper clean. I'm clean and tidy and organized. Sometimes. When my life is crazy, you will see that in my house. When my life is okay and I got things in order and I have a moment, you will see that in my house. But a big thing that I don't like in my house, what is it, Dre? You know what it is. I yell at you every time.
Oh, shoes.
Don't wear shoes in my house. Don't do it. Don't do it. I don't like it. It's gross.
I'll be forgetting.
Communication and trust. Those are our last little
like,
tidbits.
Those are
table stakes.
Those are table stakes. I was gonna say foundations for relationships, period.
Yeah.
You gotta have trust, even especially for long distance.
Yeah.
Especially for long distance.
I mean, I know this is God, but I never had a moment where I felt like I could not trust DeAndre. Like from the time when we were friends till we started really like, pursuing a relationship, till we've been dating. I never had it like women's intuition that never really like kicked in, like that. I never had that with him. Like I feel like I always just trusted you and I knew like you have my best interest at heart and all that good jazz. How about you?
I honestly can't say the same.
He can't say the same, but go ahead and say what you gotta say. I'm mad about it, but we'll get through it.
I mean, she was still dealing with an ex.
A past situation. That's another story for another day.
There was another ex who was around umpteen years ago, but he's still around. He's still being asked about and things like that. So that just kind of had me like, I don't know, but we good.
Yo, he was tripping off nothing. He was literally tripping off nothing. I'd be chilling. Ask my homies. I literally be chilling. I'd be going to brunch with my girlfriends, making wigs, and watching YouTube. Like what?
That's where communication comes in. There'd be times where I'll text her and she'll text me back, oh, I miss you too. And then I say something and then nothing.
Yeah, and that's where you have to be trusting and be like, what you doing? But I would be watching Netflix. Like literally, I'd be doing nothing. Or watching Moses. I'd be watching Netflix, I'd be watching Moses. I'd be at brunch, or I'm like, watching YouTube. I don't be doing anything. But anyway, it worked out. We're all good.
I actually able to kiss her.
In real life.
That phone kiss and stuff was
trash.
Was out.
So yeah. Anything else we want to say to the peeps?
No,
I think we're gonna do a relationship series. We should do one.
That's cool.
I think it would be fun. I think relationships, but I think we should talk about like friendships.
Type of friendships I have.
Type of friendships I have. Yeah. Like I think
and there's not too many of them.
No. And I think it took a long time for me to get to my lifelong friendships. I can talk about my journey of like friendships. You can learn about yours. Talk about your being single, your single season, and why you decided to be single and all that kind of stuff. And I can talk about my relationship stories. I don't know if people want to know about it.
I don't.
He don't, but I've gone through quite a bit of relationships. Just a few, just a tad, a smidge. But you know, I think we're gonna do a relationship series. Relationship. You know what I'm saying. Y'all know what I'm trying to say. Work with your girl.
Series.
Yeah, a relationship series, and just talk about a whole bunch of different things and like setting healthy boundaries and.
You gotta have the right type of friends to promote
what you're doing.
What you're doing.
Who are gonna hold you accountable.
Exactly. I have had a friend who's just wild. I'm not gonna name no names, but we know who
we're talking about. But yeah, you just have to make sure you have the right type of people around you and all that. But we hope you guys enjoyed this video.
Yeah, it's great having you guys.
He's like Eeyore. It's okay, love you. But we hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.